we will be doing vendor down payment example, where we will do the transactions of vendor down payment. That means whenever we receive any advances from the vendor, we will be posting some of the transactions related to the advances which has been paid by vendor down payment, which has been paid by vendor. So advances is called as down payment in SAP. As we have already discussed in the previous video about the examples, how and in which situations we will be doing the vendor down payments or the customer down payments. So in this video, we will do some of the configurations and the postings for vendor down payment. Go to SAP Easy Access. So here in vendor down payment, the first step is vendor down payment request. All the requests are noted items in vendor down payments. So noted items means this does not reflect any of the balances which has been posted in vendor down payment request in any of the balances. It is just a noted item. That means in financial statements, in the bottom of the financial statements, these noted items will be displayed. This will not impact any of the balances in financial statements, either in profit and loss account or in balance sheet. For example, a vendor down payment request means we are receiving the request from the vendor to pay the advance. Vendor is asking us the request. Vendor is asking us to pay the advance for the goods which we have ordered from the vendor. So now we will post one vendor down payment request. To post vendor down payment request from SAP Easy Access, go to Accounting. In Accounting, go to Financial Accounting. In Financial Accounting, Accounts Payable, Document Entry, Down Payment. Here we have F-47. Transaction code used for vendor down payment request is F-47. This is vendor down payment. Vendor down payment means all the accounts payable items will be a vendor accounts. So double click on F-47. Now we need to give the document date. This is the only the request. This is not the down payment or the advance which is been paying. This is just a request to pay the advance. Give the document date as 4 days before so that we can post one after the other. After down payment request, we need to post advance. After advance, we need to post invoice. And after invoice, we need to post the actual payment. So now, as today's date is 9th of March, I will take 4 days before 8765, 5th of March 2025. And posting date should also be the same as document date, 5th of March 2025. And in vendor details, select the vendor account, click on Start Search, give the company code 222 and click on Start Search. Double click on the vendor to get selected. Here the target special GL indicator should be A, because this is a request and target special GL indicator is A. That means we are targeting the special GL indicator A, that is for advances. The request is the special GL indicator F, and F is been targeted to A, so that whenever we receive the advance, it will get tallied off. It will get tallied with the vendor down payment request. Give the company code 222 and the currency should be INR. and then if you see in the top of the screen, we have new item. Here we have my mouse is going to the left top of the screen. Here we have new item. Click on the new item. Here we need to give the amount. For what amount we are requesting. The vendor is requesting us to pay the advance. He is requesting us to pay 15,000 rupees as an advance. Due on. He is asking us to pay before this date. So due on is the date on which we need to pay this advance of 15,000 rupees. So I'll give the due on of 6th March 2025. After giving the due on date, just click enter in your keyboard, and this is just a warning. Net due date on 6/3 2025 is in the past. It is just a warning and it is correct. It is in the past, as today's date is 9th, but we have given as 6th March. Just click enter and now click on post. Post is in the right bottom of the screen. Click on post. Again click enter. This is the warning. Now we can see that document 503 was posted in company code 222. Now we will open a new session by clicking on Ctrl L in the keyboard. A new session is been opened. From here we need to go into the transaction code for GL account line item display. The transaction code for GL account line item display is FBL3N. Click enter. Select the GL account by clicking on search. Give the company code so that all the GL account numbers in this company code will get displayed. To get selected, click on start search. Now we need to select vendor down payment request because we have just yet posted the request for vendor down payment. Double click on the vendor down payment request. GL account number is 100002 and select all items. Scroll down. Here we have a type details. In the type details, check box for the noted items because the request is a noted item. This is not a normal item. This is just a noted item. After checking the box for noted item, click on execute. Now we can see that document number 503 is being posted on 5th/3 2025. 15,000 is minus. Double click on this document. In this document you can see that this line item 1, this is the first line item. In down payment request we only have one line item. This is not a double entry. He is just requesting us. There is no transaction gone. There is no transaction has been occurred in this document. This is just a request of 15,000. So if you can see that down payment request, target F special GL indicator is being targeted to the A special GL indicator, and the amount is 15,000 as a vendor down payment request and due on 6th March 2025. From here, if you click on header data, we can see that document date, posting date as well as entry date. So entry date is the system date. Whenever you are entering this document, what is the time and the date is been set in your system. That means in your PC, not in SAP. That date will come here, entry date. This cannot be changed. But document date and the posting date can be changed. While posting the document, we can select the document date and also we can select the posting date also. But entry date is different. Entry date we cannot change. This is automatically taken by the system on the date when you are entering this document. And now we will open a new session by clicking on Ctrl N and go to the transaction code FBL1N. FBL1N is used for vendor down payments made. Vendor line item display. Next we will be doing vendor down payments made, but now we have entered into the screen of vendor line item display. Select the vendor, give the company code and click on start search. Double click on vendor, click on all items, scroll down and select the checkbox for noted items also and click on execute. Now we can see that special GL indicator F is used. Here we can see this is special GL indicator and this is F. So under any document there is no special GL indicator. Only for this document which we have posted now have specified that this is the special GL indicator F. Document number 503. 15,000 is under minus. So this is under credit. We are liable to pay 15,000 rupees to this supplier. Minus means credit. And next we will post vendor down payment. That means now we are paying this 15,000 rupees which has been requested by the vendor to the same vendor. To post the vendor down payment, go to the SAP Easy Access screen. From SAP Easy Access screen, I'll show you the menu bar. First go to accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, document entry. And then we have a node for down payments, a separate folder which has been created by SAP for down payments. If you expand this node of down payments, you can see these are all the items related to down payment. This is the request, this is the down payment. Now we will be doing vendor down payment. Request is done, that is F-47, and to post the vendor down payment, the transaction code is F-48. Double click on F-48. Give the document date, like before 3 days. On 6th of March, on 5th of March we have, before 5th of March we have requested, and 4th of March we have, 6th of March we need to do the down payment. On 5th we have requested, vendor have requested us to pay the amount of 15,000 rupees on 6th of March. So let us assume that we are paying down payment on the 6th of March 2025. And the posting date also, take it as 6th of March 2025. I will show you. If we go to the vendor line item display, here the document number 503, double click on the 503 document number, which is vendor down payment request. Here we can see that due on 6th March 2025, 6th of March 2025. That means this down payment 15,000 vendor is asking us to pay on 6th March. So now if we go to the down payment, posting down payment, I have given the date same, that I am paying on the due date, that is 6th of March. After giving document date and posting date, in the vendor details, select the vendor account, click on search and give the company code and click on start search. Double click on vendor, vendor will get selected, and if you scroll down you will have a bank details. Under this bank details, this is the bank details column. Here you can see the bank header, So in bank details, select the account. From which account you are paying the advance to the vendor. So I am paying from SBI Bank. The GL account number is 200001. Double click on SBI Bank to get selected. How much amount I am paying to this vendor? I am paying 15,000 rupees. And now, if you go to the top of the screen, in the top of the screen we have request. Here we have request. That means this is the vendor down payment request. How many requests he have made to us? We can see that by clicking on request in the top of the screen. The transaction code, the shortcut key for request is F6. You can also press F6 in the keyboard, or you can click on request. Click on request. So here it is asking special GL indicator. We need to give the special GL indicator. Because this is a down payment, we need to give special GL. This is not a normal transaction. This is the special transaction. This is not a normal sale. Before we purchase the goods, we are paying the advance. That means this is special category. That is the reason we have selected special GL indicator A. After selecting special GL indicator, go to the top of the screen. We'll have request option. Click on request. Now we can see how many requests this vendor. The vendor account number is 70000000311. This vendor have requested us. Here we can see all the document numbers with the baseline date and how much amount he have requested to us. In our case, we have only posted one document for the request, for the vendor down payment request. That is the reason we can only see one document here, and the document number is 503. Select this document and click on create down payments. This is in the top of the screen. Click on create down payments. The system is asking that business area and the text field is mandatory. Beside that, you can see that red star symbol. That means these two entries, these two fields are mandatory in order to go to the further steps. So we need to disable this mandatory field because we don't need this mandatory fields. So to disable the mandatory field into optional, open a new session by clicking on Control N. Go to the transaction code OB41. The transaction code OB41 is to see the posting keys. And now scroll down. If you scroll down, you can see that posting key 29. How we can say that 29 is used? If you go to the previous transaction where we are doing vendor down payment, here you can see that 29A. That means this is the posting key 29 for the line item 2. Item 2 down payment made. 29 is the posting key. So when we go to the screen of posting keys, this is the transaction code OB41. In the right top of the screen, we can see that OB41 is there. So here you just see 29, posting key 29. That is special GL debit for vendor. Double click on this posting key 29. Double click on this posting key 29. Now you can see that if we maintain field status in the top of the screen just beside the command bar. Click on the maintain field status. Double click on general data. This is the group. If you go to general data, you can see that for the text field, the radio symbol required entry is being activated. That means text is required if you use this posting key 29. So we need to make this text field as optional. Select it as optional and click on save. Click on continue. Now again go to the maintain field status. There is another field also in this post vendor document. While we posting the vendor down payment, here we can see that two fields are mandatory. For these two fields, one we have done. For text field we have done. We also need to do for business area. So both the fields is under the posting key 29. So go to the transaction code OB41. Here select posting key 29. Double click on 29 posting key and click on maintain field status. Double click on additional account assignments. This is the page number 1. You can see that page 1 of 4 is there. So these are all the fields in page number 1 only. So there are more 4 pages. So click on the down, next page. Down arrow is used to go to next page. After clicking on next page, you can see that for business area field, the field for business area is required entry. We need to make it optional. Make it optional and click on save. Click on continue to post to save the transport request. Now close this screen. We'll be getting back to the post vendor down payment only. So this screen is not refreshed. We are already in this screen. To take the effect of the configurations which we have done for posting key field status, exit this screen by clicking on exit and again come back. Again double click on F-48. Give the posting date as 6th of March 2025 and the post document date and posting date should be the same, 6th of March 2025. In vendor details, select the vendor account. Double click on vendor to get selected. In the bank details, select the bank account number from which bank account you are paying the down payment. I am paying it through SBI Bank. Double click on SBI Bank, that is 200001, and in the amount column give us 15,000. I am paying 15,000 as a down payment. And now in the top of the screen we have request symbol. Click on request, or you can use the shortcut key F6. Give the special GL indicator A and click on request. Now select this request number 503 and click on create down payments. The shortcut key for create down payments is shift plus F1. Click on create down payments. Now you can see that 15,000 is been paid to this vendor from SBI Bank. Click on post. Now you can see that document 703 was posted in company code. Now if we go to GL account line item display, that is FBL 3M, go back and select the GL account, that is vendor down payments made. So here is the vendor down payments made. I have used the GL account number as 200008. Double click on it, scroll down and click on execute. Now you can see that vendor down payment has been made with the document number 703. 15,000 we have paid to the vendor, even though we have not purchased the goods from vendor. And go to the vendor line item display also. The transaction code for vendor line item display is FBL1N. Select the vendor account and check the radio symbol for all items and select special GL transactions. In the type of the transactions, special GL transactions checkbox should be activated. Click on execute. Now you can see that document number 703 as a special GL indicator A, 15,000 is been posted. And now you can see that 503 document number is been cleared, which is the down payment request. Because we have paid the down payment, that is the reason down payment request is cleared. So now we can post the invoice. When invoice is posted, we can see that this down payments will also get cleared. To post the invoice, go to SAP Easy Access screen. From SAP Easy Access screen, go to Accounting, Financial Accounting, Accounts Payable, Document Entry, and FB60 Invoice. The transaction code for posting the vendor invoice is FB60. Select the supplier by clicking on Search and give the company code and click on Start Search. Double click on the vendor. Give the invoice date. Vendor have requested us to pay the 15,000 rupees on 5th of March. On 6th of March, we have paid him the advance. So I am doing the invoice on 7th of March. That means vendor have given us the invoice on 7th of March for the goods which he have sold to us. For example, we have purchased goods worth 40,000 on 7th of March. When we purchase the goods, the total amount of the goods will get entered in the invoice. That is 40,000 worth of goods we are purchasing. Out of 40,000, we have already paid 15,000 to the vendor as an advance. So that concept will come in the next while we are paying the balance amount. This is just an invoice. That means we are receiving the bill. How much to pay? That is 40,000 to be paid. In the GL account line item, select the purchases GL account, that is 4 lakhs. I have already created a purchases GL account by giving the GL account number 400,000. Double click on this purchases and amount in document currency, give us 40,000. Same as the header data. After giving 40,000, click enter. So now we can see that system is showing that down payments as a current assets exist. Already 15,000 for this vendor we have already paid. It is telling. It is just an information. So click on continue. Go to the payment details in header data and remove the payment terms. Because payment terms is only applicable when we purchase the goods after the invoice. That means we are paying the goods. We are paying the amount of the invoice in total after the invoice is being made. And payment terms will not be applicable when there is a part payments. Part payments means, suppose for example, we have 40,000 in the invoice. We have said to the vendor that, okay, we will pay 10,000 once, 20,000 once, and the remaining balance in the third installment. In this type of installment payments, payment terms will not get applicable. It will be applicable only when we pay the total amount of the invoice at once, in one go. So remove the payment terms and click on sign late in the top of the screen. Click enter. This is just a warning that due date is in the past. Payment terms to be changed, please check. That is a warning. Click enter. Now we can see that how the document is getting posted. What is the debit and what is the posting key. is used. After checking everything, we can click on Post. Click on Post in the right bottom of the screen. And now go to the GL line item display, GL account line item display. The transaction code for this GL account line item display is FBL3N. Now go to, from SAP Easy Access, go to FBL3N. We'll be reaching to the screen GL account line item display. Select the GL account. Give the company code, click on Start Search. Select the GL account of vendor down payments made. Double click on vendor down payments made. Or else we can also see, remove this GL account. In the same line of GL account field, we have a right arrow that is for multiple selection. Click on this multiple selection so that we can select each GL account randomly. Not from and to, we can select it as randomly. Randomly means one will be under 1 lakh and one will be in 2 lakhs, one will be in 3 lakhs. Without selecting from 1 lakh to 2 lakhs, we can select only 1 lakh GL account, the GL account number 1 lakh and the GL account number 2 lakhs. Activate the field in single value and click on Start Search. Give the company code and click on Start Search. Double click on Vendor Down Payment Request and select another field and click on Start Search. Give the company code and again click on Start Search. Now double click on Vendor Down Payments Made and select another column and click on Start Search. Give the company code and click on Continue. And the next GL account which we need to select is, after vendor down payment request and after vendor down payment made, we need to select purchases GL account. Double click on purchases GL account, that is 400000. Now we can see that these three GL accounts has been selected. One is vendor down payment request, that is 100002 GL account number, and the GL account number 200008 is for vendor down payments made, and 400000 is for purchases GL account. Click on Copy and scroll down, select all items and click on Execute. Now you can see that GL account number 100002, which is used for vendor down payment request, all the transactions related to this GL account will be under this box. So for this vendor down payment request, only one document has been posted, that is document number 503, and also it has been cleared with the document number 703. If you go to the next GL account, that is 200008, which is used for posting vendor down payments made, the document number 703. In the above box, clearing document number 703 is the document number in vendor down payments made. So whenever we make the down payment, this document number 503 will get cleared with the vendor down payments made. So now if you scroll down and the next GL account come into the picture, GL account number 400000, that is used for purchases. Here we can see that what are all GL accounts which are there, what are all the transactions which have been posted to this GL account. Go back and now go to vendor line item display. The T code for the vendor line item display is /N FBL1N. and then click enter. Give the vendor account number and select all items. Check the box for special GL transactions as well as noted items also and click on execute. Now we can see that already 40,000 is under open, that is due date overdue, the document number 205, and the document number 703 is also under open, which is 15,000. So these two documents will get cleared after we post the clearing of down payments made. We need to clear this down payment. This is under open only still. So to clear this down payments made, go to the SAP Easy Access screen. In SAP Easy Access screen, go to accounting first. Under accounting, go to financial accounting, accounts payable, document entry. Here we have a separate folder for down payment. Expand the node. We have a transaction code called as F-45 that is used for clearing for the vendor down payments. Double click on F-54. You can also use F-54 transaction code. So document date, give as 7th of March 2025. And the posting date should also be the same, that is 7th of March 2025. Scroll down. In the vendor details, select the vendor account number by clicking on search. Give the company code and click on start search. Double click on vendor. So make the invoice field empty. And then click on process down payments, which is in the top of the screen just beside the command bar. The shortcut key for process down payments is Shift plus F4. Just one click on the process down payments. Now you can see all the documents which have been posted as a down payment. So it is asking choose one of the down payment. So I need to choose 703 document number. Select checkbox for this document number 703 and then click on post. In the left bottom of the screen, you can see that document 504 was posted in company code 222. Now we can go to GL account line item display. The transaction code for GL account line item display is /N FBL 3N and click enter. Select the GL account number by clicking on multiple selection. Select in the first field, select the GL account of vendor down payment request, and in the second field, select the GL account for vendor down payment made and click on copy. Select all items and click on execute. So now you can see that all the items have been cleared. The 703 document number is been cleared with the document number 504. What is 703? This was the down payment which we have made to the vendor, which we have paid as an advance. 15,000 we have paid as an advance, and this has been cleared. With the document number 504. 504 is the clearing document number. If you go to GL account line item display also, you can see that 504 is the document number which is which is a clearing document for 703. And now go to vendor line item display. The transaction code for vendor line item display is FBL1N. Click on list and click on refresh. The list and refresh is in the left top of the screen. You can see my mouse which is going from the center of the screen to the left top of the screen. Here we have list. Under list we have refresh. Click on refresh. Now we can see that 504 is also under open item, and also 205 is also under open item in vendor line item. But 15,000 is under plus, 40,000 is under minus. So 14,000 minus 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 is the balance which we need to pay to the vendor. As we can see that 40,000 minus 15,000 is 25,000. So now we will post this 25,000. That means we are paying the balance amount to the vendor. To post the vendor outgoing payment, go to SAP Easy Access. From SAP Easy Access, go to Accounting, Financial Accounting, Accounts Payable, Document Entry, Outgoing Payments. In outgoing payments, we have a transaction code called as F-53. That is to post the outgoing payments. Double click on this F-53. Give the document date as today's date, 9th of March 2025. And the posting date will also be the same as document date, 9th of March 2025. In the bank data, select the account from which you are paying to the vendor. I am paying through SBI Bank. Double click on SBI Bank, and I am paying the amount of 25,000 only, because out of 40,000 I have already paid 15,000 as an advance. So the remaining balance is 25,000. Scroll down, and in open item selection, that means to which vendor we are paying, select the vendor account, click on start search, double click on vendor, and now in the top of the screen we have process open items. You can see that from middle of the screen my arrow is going to the top of the screen, which is process open items. The shortcut key for process open items is Shift plus F4. Click on process open items. So we can see that 40,000 is under invoice and 15,000 is as advance. So 40,000 minus 15,000, 25,000 is been assigned, and the amount entered which I have entered is 25,000. Why minus? Because we are paying. Whenever we are paying, it becomes a credit. That means when this is an asset for us, cash, if we have it in hand, it is an asset. Even though cash, the balance is in the bank account, it becomes an asset. So whenever the asset is decreased, we need to credit it. That is the reason the system have credited. Minus symbol means credit. Here you can see the minus. And now click on post. So document number 704 is been posted. We'll go to GL account line item display and click on list first in the top of the screen and click on refresh. List and refresh. Now we can see that vendor down payment request GL account is also cleared by 503 document number, and if you scroll down, for vendor down payments made also 15,000 is also been cleared with a clearing document number. And if we go to back and select in multiple selection, I want to select the purchases GL account also. Select purchases GL account, and also I will select the debt creditors GL account, that is 1000000. All the vendors are creditors for us because we owe some money to the creditors. Double click on creditors and click on copy. Select all items and click on execute. So for creditors, we can see that this is the GL account for creditors. If you scroll down, you can see that on today's date, that is 9th of March, 25,000 I have paid. Document number is 704. So document number 704 is the clearing document for the above two documents also. That means for invoice as well as down payment, 15,000 down payment. So both the invoices has been cleared, and also the same document for the 704 is been posted as the balance amount paid of 25,000. If you scroll down in the vendor down payment request, there is no document is open, and in vendor down payments made also there is no document under open. Everything is cleared. How we can say that is cleared is in the left corner of the screen you have status symbol. That means if it is in this status symbol, if it is in green, it means it is cleared. If it is red, that means that document is not yet cleared, that is still under open item. So now we can see that in vendor down payments made, these two documents is being cleared. If you scroll down, again we have purchases GL account. In purchases GL account also, the 40,000 invoice is also being cleared. The status is posted. Because this is an expense GL account. Purchases is an expense. It will not be under open. Only the balance sheet accounts will be under open, because those balances will get carried forward to the next years. The profit and loss accounts, that means which are expenses and incomes, will not be as a open, because those will get cleared on the financial year itself. This is just an expense, so there is no carry forward of expenses. That is the reason we can see the tick symbol, that means it is posted. If you go to the news, if you go to the transaction code FS00, that means where we have created the GL account. If you see that in expenses, double click on purchases. So here we have GL account type. We have not selected balance sheet account. We have selected costs or revenue, primary costs or revenue. This is the profit and loss account. This account will come under profit and loss financial statement. If you go to assets and double click on debtors, this debtors will be a balance sheet account. This is not a profit and loss account. So that is the reason in the GL account line item display, we can see that for purchases account, this is not open, this is just posted. It is not under open or cleared. But rest of the accounts, which is balance sheet accounts, it will show us whether it is cleared or under open. Open means that balance will get carried forward to the next year. If it is cleared, that balance will not get carried forward to the next year. So this is all about vendor down payments.